Hi. Uh, well, I wanted to come on and have a live chat, but I don't know how well I can do or how long I can stay. Uh, and I have so many things that I want to share with you, thoughts that I have. Um, I'm having a good day today, so I thought it would be a good time for a live chat. And I'm this is a good day, sadly, but I'm okay with that. Would love to talk about that a little bit more, um, about learning to live a whole new life and um, accepting where you are in the day. And I have so many great topics that I really want to share with you, and I can't always articulate them or write or stay up for very long. But I'm having a really good day today. Although my heart rate's 101 beats per minute, which isn't bad for me, but it's 6 p.m. here and it's taken me all day to get here. And I was afraid I would lose my train of thought. That happens a whole lot. So I just brought some things to talk about that would be easy for me to do, that I can do without thinking about them, if that's okay. And then maybe my thoughts will get rolling better if we do that. So just to say, I realize that it might be hard to see me this way, but I have to see me this way every day, and usually not even showered. I put on a little makeup. I'm having an exceptionally good day today. Uh, uh, but it might be difficult for those of you who have known me for a while to see that I have tremors. We can talk about that if you like, but I have tremors all over right now. Sometimes it's just my head and hands, which is called essential tremors stuff. But I want to talk a little bit about, there's also like train of thought, and I have, once it starts getting dark, for whatever reason, if you read my blog post about it, I have a histamine response, usually in my throat and tongue swell up. So I'll talk as long as I can. Uh, uh, I love you, Janelle. To anybody watching along later, that may seem random, but she just left a comment, and she has been such a great friend through this whole thing. So just to catch you up a little bit, my name is Lynn. I am best known as Low Carb Traveler. Obviously, I can't travel right now. I'm doing good to travel to the kitchen for a water. uh, mm, it's next week will be, or maybe this week. I lose track of time. I live in a time warp, but it will be 18 months. That's, I can't count in my head, 500 and something days. So anyway, I'm happy and good. I'm having a good day. I say that, but uh, it's relative. Right? Isn't it always? It's all relative. Uh, I have to wear very comfortable clothes because my entire digestive system is inflamed. So if we talk about food, it's possible. Let me just go ahead and apologize in advance that if we talk about food, I usually start by getting the hiccups if I even think about it, and let's try not to do that. I'll get the hiccups, and then uh, acid reflux and things. So my digestive system can hear me think about food. It's horrible. It's completely revolting to the thought. I mean, it rebels. That's the word. It rebels the thought. But so clothes that touch me, starting at my stomach, upper stomach, all the way down, make me nauseous. So everything's super loose, which is not very fancy or pretty, but here I am. Speaking of which, I found on Amazon, for the ladies out there, extenders you can wear with your undergarments to help with that. And oh, Heather said, I'm so sorry. I haven't seen you in a long time and I didn't know. Well, I'll keep you in positive thoughts. Thank you, Heather. I just want to say that I appreciate you guys so much. You, all of you, not you guys is supposed to be like canceled comment now, but you know, I appreciate you all very much, and you've been very kind through all of this, supportive and encouraging, and I forgot what I was saying. But you don't have to be sorry. I'm not alone. They're estimating over 38 million people so far, just in America alone, that have this autonomic nervous system malfunction problem with the post-viral syndrome. So I'm not alone, and I'm handling it pretty well. I have my, you know, necessary meltdowns and things like that, but there's something about having to slow down to a standstill that makes you see everything so differently. What really matters, what really doesn't. All the things that stressed you out before are irrelevant now, etc., etc. I could talk on that all night, probably, if I could. But just to say that there have been some positive things that have come out of this, and I'm still working through them and working out a way to share them with you. My big thing, just so you know, is I'm forced to live in the moment, not one day at a time anymore. So 5 minutes from now, I could crash for 3 hours. Hopefully it won't happen while we're on video. And I have, so I've really learned to get super grounded in the moment I'm in and live it. Not wish it away, not rush it away. That's one of the best things. So I'm having a really good day today. I was able to shower and stay up today. Most days I can't. Holly said, can you listen to music yet? That's a by the minute thing too. Sometimes I can. Since the head trimmers started, I have been able to listen to music, which is an interesting shift. So this thing over the last 18 months has cycled through various phases or whatever. And the head trimmers I've had off and on, but not as consistently as I do now. And when those started, I sound worse, but I can actually process and comprehend better. It makes it hard to read unless I rest my face against something to stop the shake, so I don't get seasick, right? But I can, I'm having better cognitive function. So it's one trade-off for another. And I wasn't sure I would be able to finish a sentence or hold a train of thought or respond to comments, but I'm doing okay so far. Yay. So I brought some things with me to talk about, to try to help myself get on a roll. And it took me forever to go live because my fingers shakes, and so when I was trying to touch the button on my phone, it kept opening news and stuff I didn't want to see. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about my friend Whitney. Did you see the picture I just posted? Maybe maybe not. I know Facebook works in weird ways, but that took me an hour to take the picture and uh, post it, I think, to Facebook. And so, anyway, I was just trying to kind of, do something fun today since I feel good today and social. And I had a lot of things I wanted to say about getting well. And Kim said, "You're doing great." Thank you. And sometimes, to finish that thought, sometimes now I can hear and listen to music. Before, the reason she's asking me that is because before, it wouldn't, by the time I would turn it on, and if I was feeling pretty good, I turn it on, and then by the time it's on, it doesn't reach my brain the same. I know the song, but it's like scrambled, like you're going through radio stations, which is really bizarre. I have a lot of neurological problems. I wanted to show you this. Did you see the picture? This is a box from Just Made Keto. I got a lot of nice stuff this week, but I wanted to tell you that I've had this stuck to my refrigerator for a while. Like I said before, I kind of live in a time warp, so I don't really know. I think it's May. Gosh, May, I think. Anyway, this note is probably backwards on a camera. But I will read it to you. How's that? It's a post-it note. And it's been stuck on my refrigerator because I go there a lot for water. I'm having a laugh at myself. Says, "Happy New Year to my darling friend, Whitney." And it has a heart. I think you can see it. And I read that every day, and I don't think that I have made it to texting her to say thank you yet, but from New Year's to May, that seems like a long time to you probably, but I am not sure. I don't have any concept of time. I loved this note, Whitney. Thank you. Little things mean so much more, where in the past you might have been thought, that's really, really nice, and it made your day, but you throw it out with the rest of the packaging, or text them and say, "Hey, thanks for the sweet note." And for me, how long has that been? January, February, March, April, and it's May. 4 months. I've enjoyed this note. Life is different now, and I'm okay with that. And a lot of people say, "Hope you get better soon," and I do too. Soon was a long time ago, though. And for me, though, you see, I have to accept where I am today and live in the moment I'm in. If I rewind 18 months to when I first got this sick, and it was really scary, and I couldn't go anywhere or do anything because no doctors were open. It took me like 10 months to see a doctor. And I was afraid, and I cried, and I went through the stages of grief. I've lost my health, my everything I love in my life. Like if I stayed in that state of mind, that wouldn't be very fun. So you have to change your state of mind and live in the body you're in the moment you're in the condition you're in, whether it's fabulously, amazingly great and happy and good or hard. And you have to learn how to do that. So yesterday, and I was going to show you this pretty cake that's in this box, but now I'm talking and I shook the table, sorry. But yesterday, I was able to go to the river for a whole hour. I drove, it was close. I don't normally drive, but I was having a pretty good day. Had the shakes, but good cognitive function. And I went to the creek, not the river, because it's a little calmer and quiet. And I was sad. I have a lot of random moods and emotions. And I was having a sad day. Let me rewind that. I was having a sad hour or moment because the second half of the day yesterday was great. So I can't even define a whole day. You have to really live in this moment that you're in. And I went to the creek and I sat in the sunshine. I do that. I have tan line, but you probably can't see it. But I sit in the sun usually 20 minutes a day. I'm doing all those, healthy things. And I was sitting in the creek with my feet in the mud. And I moved under a shade tree because I have a lot of heat intolerance now. And there were spring blooms, late spring blooms on the tree. And the water was so cold and the sun was so warm. And I sat right in the creek with my toes in the mud. And I heard the busyness of life all around me. That's funny because I told you it was I had a sad time yesterday, and now I'm feeling that sadness. It's weird having with the cognitive dysfunction. If I think it, I feel it. Anyway, I was sitting in the creek and forest bathing, earthing, whatever you want to call it, foo-foo words. I just love the outdoors. I love to be outdoors, and I needed to get outdoors, so I did. Finally, it took me all this time to get myself there, but I'm feeling better this week, so I did. And then this is a good day, by the way. Like you won't see me on a bad day because I had a hard enough time getting my phone on here. I was sitting in the creek with my feet in the mud, looking at the late spring blooms, but kind of zoning out, so they were just kind of like background to my thinking, and I was hearing the busyness of life all around me. Children yelling and dogs barking and horns honking and trucks, they were loud, and traffic sounds and different things. And I was sitting right there in the middle of it all in the creek, and I realized that nobody knew me and nobody could see me and nobody could feel me, and I felt very alone. And then I realized that the water flowing around me was flowing from me to them, to you. And the shade tree that I was sitting under, huge tree that's been there forever, so deeply rooted into the same earth, planet that they're all on and we're all on. And all of a sudden I felt connected and realized that I matter and that I am a valuable person in any condition. And I felt very connected to the whole world. It was a weird thing. Anyway, uh, I don't know if that story made sense. uh, I do matter. Donna said you matter. Thank you very much. Well, I tell you, my experiences this week have been interesting. People are weird, right? Like, had a friend who wanted to come and see me and visit or whatever, and he says, it's a he, and we've known each other since we were in our 20s, kids, I guess. But he says, oh, I don't care what you look like. I said, I look fine. I feel like in any shape or size, we all look fine. We are more than just the bodies we are in. But I try not to let that offend me because, you know, people don't always say the right thing, and that's okay. But then I was having a bit of a tough time. Sometimes I can't talk on the phone very well, and I was having a bit of a tough time answering his question because he was agitated or rushing, I think, and I freeze up, you know. And he said, blah, 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 spit it out already. And hung up on me. That'll be the last time he's graced with my friendship. Like, I can accept myself in this every stage, and I know that I am doing the right things and I'm doing my best, and I am forget what I'm trying to say, keeping a very good sense of humor about it, keeping my wits about me even when my brain is not functioning all correctly or whatever. Oh, Andrea said it did make a lot of sense, and it was a beautiful story and deep. Thank you. I think that this story is deeper and longer than I said there, but that's the gist of it, that you can feel so alone in your thoughts or in your feelings or in your space. Sometimes I can get in the farthest away place, sitting on a bluff on the edge of nowhere, looking out for as far as I can see. There's nothingness and everythingness at the same time. You've seen me sitting on those bluffs, you know. You've seen me there in the middle of nowhere, off deep in the woods of Savage Gulf and such, and I feel more connected to the world and to life and to purpose than I can in a crowd or anywhere else. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not taking anything for it. I'm doing a pretty strict elimination diet. I haven't eaten yet today, and here it's 6:30. Not fasting or starving myself, but sometimes I can't eat. And finally ate yesterday, and I had, this is going to sound boring if you've been watching, I had grilled salmon and steamed broccoli. But when you're doing an elimination diet and working on your health, your meals can get boring. Because you're eating a lot of the same things that, you know, won't cause flare-ups and problems. I discovered, by the way, something about eggs. I'll talk about that in my next post. But mostly I wanted to share this really sweet note with you from my friend Whitney. She runs just made sugar-free bakery in California, but you can get, like, she's in stores in California and pickups in California and deliveries. Just, it's starting because I was about to open this box and I know what's in it. So I'm going to apologize in advance. My digestive system is very rebellious at the thought or sight of food. hopefully I won't be rude. But anyways, maybe you can see, and I'll just show you. It's like cakes and frosting. Lots of beautiful things, cakes and frosting. And my discount code is Low Carb Traveler, but that's backwards, I think. But that buttercream frosting is so simple ingredients, good stuff. Non-GMO, gluten-free. It's buttercream frosting. That's keto if you haven't tried it yet. But I love her strawberry muffins. I haven't been able to eat much stuff lately, so it's kind of some things I are well, waiting. They're waiting. And see if I can close that back again until I can eat my the thing I mentioned in my blog post. I just got my order because I told you, you know, I've been getting these bars for 45% off, and those are really helpful and don't make me sick. That and my collagen I get from them, so I have lots of fun stuff. And then I ordered some ChocZero for my daughter because she does low carb, but also ordered the strawberry and peanut butter chips because they're back in stock. Even though I can't eat them right now because I'm doing an elimination diet. But there's not in stock so often, so I thought I should grab those while I can for later. And I have discount codes if you need them, so just let me know because that's helpful. I always try to find one. I use my code at ChocZero is traveling low carb, all capital letters, and you can use it on every order, not just once, so I use it too. But I felt like there was something specific that I wanted to share with you, and I knew I wouldn't remember what it was. My trimmer stopped though. God, that distracted me. Sometimes I can think really well when I can't necessarily and then my brain quits. So bizarre. Anyway, I want to say a lot of things, and probably best if I write them. Sometimes that takes me 5 or 6 days to do. And hopefully they make sense when I blog or share things. But I have a lot of things I want to share with you. The biggest one is, you know, if you, Donna said your positive attitude says it all and your laughter is infectious. Well, can I tell you something though that's important? Like, let's say, for example, that you decided to start a business and you have this goal that you're gonna get rich. And it's a brilliant idea. And your friends call you every day or call you every week and they say, "Are you rich yet? Did it work? You know, how you doing? How's it going?" You know, like, or let's say that you decide to get fit, get in really good shape. It's not going to happen overnight. Not going to happen in a week or a month. It's a process, right? Same as building a business. And your friend calls you every 20 minutes and says, "Can you see your triceps yet?" So being sick for 18 months, I get that a lot. People say, "Are you better yet? Are you well yet?" And they mean good, and it's nice. I get really nice notes and really nice messages. But sometimes I just want to be me, and I'm still in here. I have a lot of health issues, and my body is malfunctioning, mostly my nervous system. which is causing neurological problems and all kinds of other things, but I'm still in here. And I sometimes just want to be a person instead of only a sick person. And I want to be able to share my value with the world, and I want to help people, and I kind of like it when people message me and say, hey, do you have a discount code for ChocZero? Or, hey, I can't find the egg roll in a bowl on the Evolve menu. And it gives me so much like pleasure and purpose to have a real conversation and not just be a sick person, because I'm still in here. And I'm doing all the good things. And you know, I'm taking care of myself. But just because I look different and seem different or sound different doesn't make me any less human. I have to have a laugh when it takes me that long to get a freaking point out. Like, for goodness sakes. But I do laugh about it when you're not even here. I'm walking around this house talking to myself and laughing out loud about it. Because if you can't have a sense of humor or laugh at yourself, man, this stuff could get really tough real fast, right? Right. And I just want to come on and say hi, and I want to try to do this more now that I'm feeling better. There was about November, December, January, February, 4 straight months that I couldn't function at all. And then I had a few good weeks in March and crashed again for about 6 or 7 weeks. And so I'm feeling good. I'm having a good day. I realize that's relatively speaking. I'm here. That's saying a lot compared to January when I couldn't operate my phone to figure out how to reply to a text message, you know. So I'm doing good. And it's hard for other people to see that because they're used to seeing me thriving. You know, I spent years getting in the best health and best shape of my life. And I did. And it felt amazing. And it was so fun in the process and so worth it for the results. And I'm so glad I was in good shape already when this happened, because I've had, you know, less work to do on top of that, which is good. My doctor is very happy with my labs and health and things like that. And so I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, that I'm having a good day. And that's bad days you can't see because I can't get up to show you. So it's relative and, you know, in comparison. But I'm happy. I'm happy at how good I'm doing today. So I want you to be happy with me and not feel sad or sorry that this happened. I'm not the only person this happened to. They're estimating there are over 38 million Americans alone, in America alone, and that's an estimation. And do you know how many people are not getting diagnosed? But that's the current initial estimate, is so far already 38 million of us. And in my support group, people are not faring as well as I am. And so I try to go in there once a day if I can, or as often as I can, and support and encourage people who are having it harder than me, because being able to sit up and have a conversation is something they can't do. And today I can. So that's a good thing. So, everybody wants to fix me. Trust me, I would like to fix myself like that. My doctor for sure, because that's her job, and it's very frustrating not to be able to do your job. But I also want to respect and trust my body, my journey in this life, and not stop living in the process. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm not going to wait to be happy. I want to encourage you, because when are you ever where you want to be in your life? Exactly where you want to be, how you want to be, the way you want to be, the way you want to look. When are you ever exactly how you want to be in your life? Never. And so I want to encourage you to stop and look in the mirror and give yourself a big smile and say, I love you today, just the way you are. With all this inflammation, this is so bad. Like, can't even wear my other rings or anything. But and you still just have a laugh about it and say, I love you just the way you are right now, today. And you keep working toward improving. But in the meantime, on the way there, like you're walking to the store, you keep walking to the store to get what you need, right? Well, if that was going to be a good analogy, I forgot it. Oh, well. Anyway, I'm really thirsty, and the sun's going down and my throat's swelling up. So I'm going to have some water and say goodbye. But I wanted to tell you how much this note meant to me. It didn't say, I don't like you the way you are, or I hope you change. I hope you get well, which is a nice word. I know it's a nice word, but it doesn't say that. It just says, Happy New Year, my darling friend, Whitney. I can still, I am still in here, and being sick and having this condition does not define me. And I want to find new ways to have purpose and add value to the world and do my part. Well, thank you for being my friends. And I want to say we have the most amazing community here. Sometimes when my friends are hard, you're good, and I appreciate you very, very much. So love yourself today, because if I can love myself with all this going on, I can't even get my own deodorant on half the time. Live your life to the fullest. Every single day counts. You count. You matter. Even if you can't leave the house, even if you can't get out of bed, those days that you're doing the hardest things are when you're really showing your true strength. And I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back probably by plain text, so keep an eye on the blog at travelinglowcarb.com. I'm still testing, doing an elimination diet and working out some kinks, but the fact that I'm up and here and got showered and made it, and hopefully I made a point. That's very positive progress. Have a good rest of the day or night. I'm gonna try to eat Finally, I haven't eaten yet today. I have struggled with eating. And I love you today. Even if you're finding it hard to love yourself, you matter. You are important. We are all connected. All of our feet touch the same ground that connects us to each other. And we matter to each other whether we realize it or not, or whether we feel like we matter or not, or whether we feel loved or not. You are important. And I will see you soon.